Hello Internet, welcome to Ninja Theory, the show where we say theories that are illogical and stupid, and the list goes on and on and on, and people prove me wrong and blah blah. Okay, we get it. My first theory was a bit something. Yeah, right? We can say that. Saying the Forbidden Fives, the Overlord, the Time Twins, the Nauticon, blah blah blah, go on and on and on. Yeah, I get that. And to the guy who said who knows more about Ninjago than me, explain this then. Yeah. But with the Overlord, it was actually logical because the face sculpting. We know in Crystallized that he had an Oni type mask, you could say. He had the same physical features that the Oni have with face, even though he's not really Oni. Unless we go down the rant with Tommy's whole original idea that was Oni side of the first Ninjitsu master. We go down that rant, but we're not. Instead, we're coming back with a more logical, better understanding theory. And this is exactly what it is. Garmadon trained the Forbidden Five. You might be thinking, well, what in the world are you talking about? Ever since the cover released for the new Garmadon comic, it's gotten real interesting. Plus, with learning the dojo can teleport, things are about to go crazy here. And unlike last theory, we're going to back this all up, like as best as we can. So, let's hop right into it. Alright, so let's start off with what we know so far. The Forbidden Five are a new evil introduced in the Ninjago series. There are very few things known about them, but the things we do know are they know Shatter Spin and they're elemental masters. And that may not be like much, but just wait where I'm getting with all this. You see, now Garmadon had a really interesting timeline. With being trained by Chen, being bit by the Great Devourer, turning evil against his brother, there's a lot of points in his origin. Though two stand out that can direct us to where his training with the Forbidden Five may have been. And that is right after the battle with the Time Twins. You might be thinking, what? Look, think about it. That's the only time Garmadon would have time at that age to be training them. So this time period is between after the battle with Time Twins and before he turned evil. And I might be thinking, what about before the Serpentine Wars? Well, he trained with Chen. Although we don't know what went on during that time, he may have devoted himself to training under Chen to where he had no time to train anyone else. Now you may be asking, how did he train them? And that is an excellent question, and there's very little information we have. Based off what we have, I can still explain something. So let's start with theory number one. The first one is that Garmadon tried to teach them Spinjitzu, but instead they learn a corrupt form. This corrupt form leads them down the wrong path. They leave Garmadon seeking power and destruction of the world and all villain stuff. But then the heroes from the West come in, defeat them, the end of their story. So theory number one, Garmadon trained them to learn Spinjitzu, but backfired. But that one's a really illogical one. That's where you can take a guess on. This is one that actually follows recent news that we've gotten. Theory number two, the more logical one. We know now that Garmadon knows Shatter Spin. In what extent, I don't know. But we do know this wolf has something to do with everything. Let me explain. The temple is surrounded by wolves everywhere. The villains, the statue in the front, the gong, everything's tied to a wolf. He may be the originator of Shatter Spin and knows who Garmadon is, senses who he is after he's bitten by the Great Devourer years prior to that. He may not think much of it, and so do these people he might meet on his journeys out there. And they both learn Shatter Spin. And maybe like Garmadon, they take over a new form because of their evil taking over them. But who knows? This theory may be completely different than what happens in the comic. Could be comparable? Who knows? This could end up like last theory, where everyone literally comes after me and almost beats me up. Now I know how MatPat feels sometimes. But anyways, that's just a theory. A ninja theory. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Hey, why not check out this video? It was kind of trash, but it's still an entertaining video, so go right ahead.